Now you should be able to hear me. Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's going on? It's your old pal SPJ here, back again for SPJ Live. Hope wherever you are watching from in the world today that you are all doing well and not blowing up your pedals as I did last night. I'm sure some of you may have seen the Instagram post. Some of you may have seen the Facebook post. I did it, and we'll talk a little bit about it. But learn from my mistakes, people. Check your power supplies. Oh, man, it is March 4th. Man, we're already blown through the first 2 months of the year, which is kind of insane to think about. Things are interesting. That's for sure. Kind of a weird way to start things off, but hey, you know, I was kind of vibing on that a little bit, testing out some different pedals today, having some, some kind of fun today. I was hoping today that I would be able to experiment on some of these pedals, with you guys running into the Walrus Audio ACS1, and that did not happen because I blew up the pedal. I didn't blow it up. It actually didn't explode, but I definitely smelt burnt electronics inside. But don't worry. Don't cry for me. Don't worry. My buddies at Walrus Audio have been emailed, and they are going to take care of me. We're going to see if we can get the pedal fixed, and if not, I'll just have to get another one, which they are very graciously going to. They're going to make sure that I'm taken care of, which is really awesome. I love my buddies at Walrus Audio, of course. And I'm very happy that they're going to be, taking care of me on that one. We got 8 folks watching right now. We're broadcasting now to YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the show. If this is your first time, please feel free to interact in the chat. We're a generally welcoming and fun bunch. No, we are a welcoming and fun bunch. I jest and I make jokes. Other than that, please let us know where in the world you're watching from. If you haven't become a subscriber already, please do consider doing so. And if you're watching on Facebook, please interact in the chat, send some comments, give the video a thumbs up, share it on Facebook as well. And just in general, share this wherever you come from and wherever you see fit. Tonight's going to be kind of a very loose and relaxed kind of thing. I'll take some questions from you guys, talk about some of my experiences, some of the things that I'm experimenting with currently, as I, piece together this brand new pedal board that the ACS one was going to be the centerpiece of, man, just a whole lot of plans got derailed based off that one little thing. I didn't have much time to really plan anything for the show this week. And I really wasn't even sure if we were going to go live tonight. Just the things have been kind of crazy around the house. Wife is doing a fast, and she's been kind of in and out of energy. So I've just been making sure that I can be there for her and take care of her and help her out around the house wherever I can, help her with any of the things that she needs to do, and just make sure she's comfortable and that she's in a space where she can, heal her body as best as possible. But now I direct my attention to the chat because I need to say some hellos to some people. First off, Music Therapy Lad's the first one to leave a comment. How you doing, buddy? Great to see you. Great to have you here. We'll have another one of our latency jams sooner rather than later, I'm sure. Janice Lala in the house is cooking right now. How are you doing, Janice? Good to see you. Let us know what you are cooking. I'm always intrigued by what others are cooking and whether or not you think you're a good cook or not. Let us know. JJ's House of Jams, how you doing, neighbor? Good to see you again, or at least in the chat. I wish, hopefully, sooner rather than later, we'll be seeing each other in person, which would be really nice because you got to bring over that Les Paul Custom again. Am I right? I think I'm right. Today's live stream is not sponsored by Stevia. Rick Hollis in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good day from Australia. Great to have you here, buddy. What time is it in Australia right now? The way that I worked it out, because a few years ago when I went to New Zealand, I was able to work out, and when I was regularly emailing with people in New Zealand, it was like, think that it's tomorrow, but 3 hours behind us. So I guess technically it's like 2 p.m. on Thursday. Or no, not Thursday. Today's Thursday. Friday, maybe. I don't know. Just let me know. But it's great to have you, buddy. I'm glad that you can spend some time with us. If you guys haven't checked out Rick's channel, he's got some really cool videos up there. One of my favorites in particular is he did a video of the Electrophonic Instruments self-contained amplifier guitar. I got to play those at the last LA Amp show, and they were really, really fun. And the built-in amplifier and effects sound really killer. So go check out that video of Rick's. And of course, moderator to the stars, Mr. Ben Coombs in the house. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, that's clear. That's great. You're just perusing YouTube and saw that I was live. Well, whatever happened, whatever way you discover the show, whether you're perusing YouTube and you see it come up in your thing, or whether you see a link on social media, I'm happy for people to discover this little endeavor that I've set out for. Hopefully we continue to do this more, the audience will increase. I'd love to see that number go up, up, up. So make sure to also give this video a thumbs up, and afterward, if you watch it after the live stream and you want to catch the rest of it, please leave some comments as well. These things, I leave these things up. I don't take them down. So there you go. And of course, part of our troublemaking posse here. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you. Hope you and the Wonder Twins are doing awesome and staying healthy. All right, let's see who else we got going on here. Oh, this seems like a lot of you guys have fried a pedal or two, which is, it's nice to know I'm not alone. Nice to know I'm not alone. Let's see who else we got going on here. Midday Friday here. Okay, yeah. Almost midday in the future. I love that. Let's see. What's everybody cooking? I see Laz is talking about Hungarian stuffed peppers. Ooh, that sounds good. What makes them Hungarian? Is it the paprika? Paprika? I don't know. Just let us know. Let's see. All right. Well, let's just get down into this. I actually see a question coming from my buddy Aaron. So I will actually let's get this whole thing rolling with a little bit of a question from him about the church gig that I just started doing. So let's hear about the worship gig. Having fun, have no idea how church playing works. Although I know mega churches can actually be a playing career. Yeah, indeed. So I'll kind of just summarize what it's been like since I started playing at church back in November. So I'm going to do a quick little plug because I love you guys. And if you ever want to catch me on any given Sunday, play some worship tunes, you can check out my church. It's called Oceans Church. It's based in San Juan Capistrano, California. The pastor is Mark Francie, and the worship leaders are Melanie Faust and Bodie Wade. Bodie also does some pretty killer Bodhi also does some pretty killer like hip hop kind of stuff as his like main music project, and then he helps lead worship on Sundays. So I got really thrown into it very quickly, and without much time to really prepare. The irony of my first time playing at Oceans was Cinda and I had started going, we started watching their services on Easter last year. And she really liked the vibe of it. There's definitely a charismatic tone to it. There's definitely a lot of life there, and people are very passionate. So, and it's not something to be afraid of either. Trust me, as someone who is somebody who's not gone to church regularly, not wanted to go to church on Sundays regularly in their entire life, now finds himself enjoying uh, watching either online or being there in person, helping out with the production stuff and staying for, the meat and potatoes of why you're supposed to be there. So it's really ironic that first week because a few days prior, I was actually last minute completely asked to yeah, was completely asked to just come in and play bass because it was a youth service that they were doing, and I just was not, I wasn't prepared. I didn't want to do it, and I was still at this point where there were a lot of preconceived notions about praise and worship music, and I was still clinging to those and was like trying to see, is there a way that I can inject me into this music, and is there a way I can be honest and true to myself in that context? And I still wasn't convinced of it. I had been asked by the worship director if I would join the rotation, because it's very funny how my reputation as a musician, mine and Cinda's both, seemed to spread through the church like wildfire. Like nobody really knew where nobody had really heard anything. We gave a CD and a business card to somebody, and all of a sudden it was just like the reputation just grew. And so it was really kind of funny, like, hey, we got to get you up there. We got to get you up there eventually. And so I literally had like 48 hours to prepare for my first time. Thankfully, I had a board all ready together. So I didn't have to work too hard in order. I got to highlight this. The congregation watches Stompbox Saturday. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. But at the very least, at the very least, they probably have listened to the band. I know we gave them a CD. So I had, oh, Rick's got to go. Take care, Rick. Have a good day. We'll talk soon. So I didn't have time to prepare. I just kind of got thrown into it. And I think that was the best way for me to go about getting into the rotation and finding my footing there, because there was no time, and I just had to prepare like I would prepare for any other sessions. And what I've really enjoyed about being involved in it is it's actually led to some really cool opportunities. About 3 weeks after the first time I played, I must have just impressed them enough that basically I was I was kind of put on what I deem the special events band, because about 3 weeks later we had a prominent fairly prominent Christian music artist. Her name is, she's still alive, obviously. Lindy Conant. She plays with this band called the Circuit Riders, and she came to the church to do an event for the women, and I was asked to be a part of the band, and that was really crazy. It was yeah, really interesting to be able to do that. Really cool to be able to do that, be trusted with that, because I found out later that when she first was going to come in, she was planning on just bringing her band, and our worship director really fought for our group to be the ones to back her up, and it was really cool. I had a moment where the rig went down for a bit, and so just like 10-second intervals, just completely like changing up my setup, going straight into the amp, tweaking the sound. It was, oh man, it was stressful, but it was one of those like kind of thriving in it moments. Played the candlelight service for Christmas, which was really, really interesting, considering that within the span of the year, I went from attending a candlelight service and really not enjoying it to being in a candlelight service and really being happy about being asked to do that. Uh, I can't really describe that change other than just speak matter of factly about it. I can't believe that I went through that in a year. Um, Done a couple other days since, and everything's going really well. Usually the Black Spirit 200 is the amp of choice for that day. And because it has a DI out on the back, everything's going silent stage and, direct to front of house. It allows me to experiment with some pedals. It allows me to do some stylistic things that I don't normally do, actually, which is kind of cool. Um, there's like clean passages and parts that are always really fun to try to come up with something for. Getting into some of like that really ethereal kind of playing. Here, hold on, let me get a little more gain on the preamp for the guitar real quick. Pardon me. So I just really enjoy the fact that I'm able to try out these new musical ideas. So yeah, I've been to really make a long answer short. I'm enjoying it. It's really cool to be able to do. It's nice to be able to play with a band. That's for one thing. Um, the music is very different. I can explore some new ideas. I like the idea of also not having to be the center of attention. It's the best and the ultimate sideman gig, uh, where the focus is not you, the focus is not the singers, the focus is the words, the lyrical content of the songs, and the star of the show is supposed to be God. And if that honesty is there, which I feel like that honesty and that authenticity is there in this church that I am now a part of, I really, really like that, and I really appreciate it. So I've been lucky that what I've brought to the table also, although we're not a mega church, that's for sure. Um, it's not a career because they're not paying me. Every time I play, it's purely on a volunteer basis. As a matter of fact, I will be running the live stream sound coming this Sunday morning. So that's all volunteer as well. But one of the things, because I see I see this whole shoegaze without fuzz thing. The one thing that's been really interesting about my time with it has been, obviously you see me playing a Les Paul. Uh, which this has been used in a service. The Jennings Navigator tends to be the main guitar for that style of music. But I remember showing my Ormsby to some of the guys, the other guitar player in rotation on the Warship team, and he just thought like this thing is just, so stupid cool and kind of excessive. And he said, I dare you to use it on a Sunday. And I said, if there ever comes a song where I feel like the 7-string would work, I'll totally do it. I even almost used my classic vibe bass 6. So in a song for the candlelight service, which honestly, when I played it for the worship leader, she really liked the vibe of it and the sound of it, and was like, if you ever feel like there's a moment to use it, use it. And so that's been really cool, being able to explore some new sounds, some new ideas, and also kind of, not have to worry about putting on this gigantic show, just kind of being present in the music. And it's a really refreshing thing. So I'm enjoying it. I hope to do it more. With Easter coming up, it would be really cool to be a part of that. But I don't know what our plans for Easter are just yet. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? Where the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano. There are no rivers in San Juan Capistrano. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. What else we got? Ben's asking, who takes down live streams? I don't know who takes down live streams. I've heard some people do, but I don't take them down. They're always there for people to watch. They are always there for people to watch. Mark Shields, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. He's asking, what kind of music is it? Contemporary, traditional, or a combination? Most of what I've played has been, very contemporary. We did have one traditional for Christmas in, O Come All Ye Faithful. So that's kind of a, how shall I put it? It's kind of a standby, So yeah, we did that, but for the most part, it's very contemporary. I can play around with varying levels of distortion, echoes, reverbs. As a matter of fact, a couple of the pedals that I'm probably going to be putting on the board that will be centered around the Walrus Audio ACS1 when I get this one fixed. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have the I might catch some flack from the vintage nerds for it, but I'm actually thinking I might put my my Ibanez Session Man on there, because the distortion is actually very close to a Rat, and I actually think it's for this particular series, Ibanez did a Rat style distortion called the Fat Cat, and it's basically that circuit in this pedal, and it just sounded really good into one of the models on the ACS1. So for any sort of like large amounts of distortion, I might end up putting this on the board. I know, given its NOS condition, I mean, this thing is just, if NOS didn't exist as a term, this thing would be mint, because there's not a scratch on it. There's not a dent on it. It had the manual, the box, the Maxon battery was in it when I got it. I took it out just because it ran out of juice and I didn't want any battery acid compromising this pedal. But this thing is just, it sounds so good and it looks stellar. I even kept the sticker on it for the chorus pedal adjustments that are actually inside the pedal. You actually have to open up the enclosure, and there's a little spot. I don't know if you guys, this right here, there's two little trim pots on the inside of that little spot that you have to adjust with small Phillips head screwdrivers that are the speed and width of the chorus sound. And then you control the overall level of that here, either running it in parallel with the distortion being controlled on one row and the chorus being controlled on the other, which actually has a clean path. So it's like a chorused clean guitar that you can blend in with the distortion. I dialed it all the way out just because I like the distortion, but you know, I'm always open to anybody wanting to send me a rat style pedal. But I was kind of thinking of putting the Way Huge Blue Hippo Mark II on there. Take off this analog delay. But I was thinking of putting that one on there because in the shootout video that I did with my buddy Dakota from Dakota's Cool Guitars, where we have the Silver Screw CE2, the Keeley modded CE2, and the Blue Hippo, that one sounded really good to my ears with humbuckers. And both of the other guitar players, the one who is more of like a leader in the worship team, and then the other lead guitarist that I rotate with, they both have their main guitars now are mostly single coil guitars as far as electric goes. And I thought, you know, maybe I should start incorporating more of my humbucker guitars, you know, especially if I'm playing against another player that has a single coil to kind of flesh things out. So that's something I'm excited to explore. I'm pretty sure I'll have something to go on very soon. But I like the fact that it's mostly contemporary because it allows me, you know, to really explore more contemporary sounds. And to Ben's point, one day I will have a fuzz pedal that fits within context. So, you know, that's fun. And I will say this. I have thought the same thing. Ben. It's been funny to me as well. So I don't tell people it's called the Black Spirit. Just call it the Spirit. Hey, look who's here, everybody. It's Garga. It's What Else with AJ. How you doing, buddy? It sounds like Jesus mixed with Fergie. I like that. By the way, AJ, we need to get back in the saddle or something. Get some more chin music out there. There we go. Onyx Spirit. I'll do that. Though as soon as I have my ACS1 back and repaired and everything, you know, that'll be, you know, the center of it. So I won't even need to bring the amp anymore. Oh, it's going to be so good. I won't have to carry so much stuff. I've been hoping for to get a dual gig bag as well. So I won't have to have, you know, one guitar on my back and another in a hard shell case. I'm probably going to be building this next board on that giant Warwick Rock board that I had. So, you know, I'm probably going to end up, I'll have that in a road case. So I'm dragging that, you know, and yeah. Awesome. All right. So it looks like sometime soon, Sweet Chin Music Wrestling Podcast will be making a comeback. I know, AJ, you were having issues with your computer, so we'll message on Facebook and whatnot, and we'll coordinate something. After all, we are getting the first exploding barbed wire death match this Sunday on pay-per-view. That's odd, going to church on a Sunday, coming home and watching a death match. You guys are probably curious what exactly you're hearing tonight, so I should probably tell you. Guitar into Boss TU3 for the tunage. The first pedal is the Tone Freak Effects Pineapple Boost, which is what you actually just heard. Which is a Klon Centaur style overdrive. It has controls for volume, tone, gain, and a clean blend. You can switch between germanium and silicone. This is silicone. Then after that is the Blue Hippo. Set it kind of right. You get a little bit of a, gets very fusiony. Put the rate up a little more. Gets a little more Leslie-ish on there. The heavy stuff is the Bax Banjitar. And I'm kind of thinking about maybe putting this on there, but it's also very excessive. It's a huge pedal. But I had kind of intended maybe with this board to build it centered around using the ACS1 in, the praise and worship context, but then also putting stuff on there that would allow me to, get the normal stuff that I would actually be playing, i.e., cockeyed optimist riffs and writing for that kind of genre, which I haven't played the Bax with the 7-string yet. So that's kind of why I busted that out, Gotta always experiment, guys. That's the best part about having all these tools. There's a reason that you can have them all. I'm actually one day going to write an article about how you should always buy everything. All right, let's see. It's a little muddy. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's bump up some treble, take out some bass. Let's see if this Tone Freak will help us get some clarity out of that. Gonna have to use that really insane parametric EQ on the backs to really find the thing. I think what I need to do is probably, let's have some fun with this one. You know, maybe that might not be the distortion for this. Anyway, after the backs is the tonal recall with the red knob mod on it, so I can get, you know, real long kind of stuff. Let's try something. Let's see. There we go. That was fun. So yeah, just trying some new things. And that's what I like about it. I'm stoked on it. Oh boy. Who you got, Mox or Kenny? That's a good question, Mark. If I'm not booking this, thank God. I'm gonna go for, my head knows that Kenny's gonna win. My heart knows that Kenny's gonna win. But my heart wants Mox to win. But here's what I think would be the most intriguing thing. You have Mox, you have Kenny. Every Exploding Ring death match that I've ever watched or seen, and I actually haven't watched the full match in a couple of years, but my favorite one is probably Megumi Kudo versus Combat Toyota from the FMW Yokohama Stadium show, or no, Kawasaki Stadium show. That was Toyota's retirement match. And I'm pretty sure that one didn't have a time bomb explosion, but most every single one pushes the time limit to where, the whole thing explodes at that point in time. And obviously it's a theatrical thing. It's not. I'm sure that there is some effect of like being there when the explosives go off. You're gonna feel the heat, you're gonna hear the explosions happen. But they're always dead center of the ring, staying as far away from the explosions as possible. So I don't think I think what's going to happen is they're probably going to get to that point, um, and we're probably going to have like either a. I think what they should do is that they should have a double count, or at least go Broadway, um, because as you just said, I don't think that this feud is ready for the payoff yet. But I will say, an exploding ring death match is basically. I've always said this over the last few years, that the problem with a lot of mainstream American wrestling is that they book these feuds that they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. They don't end. The story never ends. It always comes back to haunt you. Something always comes back to, make something wrong again, basically. And so my whole thing about it is, no, we need to have a definitive end. And at a certain point, it's like WWE has the Hell in the Cell, last man standing match. Well, what happens if that's not enough? And usually the way that they book, it always is never enough. So what's the next logical solution? And I've always jokingly said exploding barbed wire death match. That's the only logical way that they can go from here. And they never go there. Well, finally, we're going to see in the context of American wrestling whether or not the exploding barbed wire death match is actually going to be a viable thing for American wrestling. And I'm sure it will be, but it shouldn't be used all the time. See you later, Aaron. Tell the Wonder Twins I say hello. Hope they go down easy. Yeah, good stuff. All right, cool. We've been going for quite a while. Got 9 people watching. If you're just tuning in now, we are getting dangerously close to the end of this thing. But thank you for watching wherever you're watching from in the world. If you haven't interacted in the chat, please do let us know where you're watching from. And if you're enjoying yourself, give this a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and let's grow this little community of ours. By the way, I do want to say a big thank you to you guys. Over the last few weeks, you guys have been coming out like in droves to support the new videos, which I'm very, very pleased with. A lot of new viewers coming to the channel, which is awesome. So if this is your first one watching, welcome. Thank you so much for doing so. I'm hoping that obviously over the course of the next few months, we can, really keep this momentum going. We can help the channel grow. We can do more cool stuff. Trust me, the more of you that enjoy the content here, the more of you that join this community, join this family, the more I can do. Flying Pickle. How you doing, my little bird friend? Aw, thanks a lot, buddy. Garguts has super chatted $5. I appreciate that, man. So much so. The support you guys have been giving me lately has been absolutely unreal. Whether you've been leaving comments or just watching, sharing, it's been really something cool to see. It's got me actually considering something that I was not quite considering doing. I'm actually thinking about reworking Patreon, spending a little time trying to fine tune that a little bit. And I had intended to just deactivate it this year. But with the way that paid demo work has been going, there's not really that much work in it right now. For me. So I've been focusing on content that's more like things that I think are going to be fun, and also asking you guys some stuff that you might want to see, which obviously, we have our the little polls in the community tab. So please vote in those. If you haven't already, in the community tab, I have a couple up right now in regards to like, what do you want to know about soloing? What do you want to know about rhythm guitar? Certain things that you want to look at that maybe I can make some simple to follow videos that will help you guys get better in whatever aspect of playing it is that you are most interested in. Yeah. I haven't played this pineapple boost in a while, but it's good. I know Derek is not building pedals as frequently as he used to, but he makes a really nice pedal. Get rid of that. This is full overdrive on the germanium setting. Silicone. It's good. It's really nice. I got to figure out a way to use that. Whew, boy. Yeah, man, we'll have to figure out whether we're gonna do a show. That probably not the night of AJ, just because I'm gonna be blasted tired after having been up since like 6 a.m. Maybe the next night, possibly. But we'll figure something out. You know, Sweet Chin Music shall rise again. Oh boy. Well, guys, we're past the 50-minute mark. And I don't really want to spend too much more time on this, but I do want to, we're going to wrap up a little early tonight, but I do want to say thank you to all of you for spending the time with me, coming here, watching these live shows. It's been really nice of you all to spend the time with me. You know, there's a lot of things you could be doing right now, but you're listening to me yak about guitar stuff and try out new licks. And they don't always work, but sometimes they do, and I appreciate that. Thanks to AJ for the super chat. Of course, if you want to support the channel, you can always just click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, share it with some friends. If you want to send super chats or tips through PayPal, you're more than welcome to do that. Patreon is also still up. There's a few tiers up there, and that'll be reworked over the course of the next month. Want to kind of get that back in, so that you guys can get some real good value for your hard-earned dollars. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me. In the meantime, we are not going to have an episode of Stompbox SmackDown or Saturday this weekend, taking the week off. It is what it is. Hopefully next week we will have something else up. I'm sure we will, because I'll have more time to do it as well. You stay. You don't rotate on me, microphone. Psh, this guy. Look at this guy. But thank you all so much for joining me. Please just remember to be kind to each other. It's a tough world out there, but we can make it through all this. I love you guys so much. I will see you all in 2 weeks' time. Same bat time. Same bat channel for more SPJ Live. To all of you who joined tonight, thank you so much. To all of you watching on repeat, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all out there great tone, great health, and of course, happy stomping. Cheers, friends. I'll see you on the next one. And God bless you all. Take care.